Hello and welcome to Fireside History. Alright, to start with, I must apologize as I was doing a reading of the various sources, and it would appear that I had made a mistake. I was not entirely sure which of the Tudhaliyas it was who had accomplished all these deeds, and apparently it was the first. The second and third don't seem to have accomplished as much, though it is possible the second one is responsible for some particular later deeds. But the first also ended up accomplishing another amazing feat and managed to invade Syria, which was the first time the Hittites did so since the time of Mershali the First. And Tudhaliya tried to build up a power structure and establish himself on the throne and over Mitanni and Aleppo, but he wasn't very successful. And we've got a statement from his successor, Arnuwanda, where he describes how the cult centers of the Hittites were destroyed in the north by the Kashka people. In the land of Narik, in Hirshama, in the land of Kashtama, in the land of Sharisha, in the land of Himua, in the land of Tagashta, in the land of Kamamma, etc. The temples which you, the gods, possessed in those lands, the Kashkins sacked them. They smashed the images of you, the gods. They plundered silver and gold and rita and cups of silver and gold and of copper, your implements of bronze and your garments. They shared out these things amongst themselves. They scattered the priests and the holy priests, the mothers of God, the anointed, the musicians, the singers, the bakers, the cooks. No, it's the cooks, the plowmen, the bakers, the plowmen, and the gardeners, and made them their slaves. Why stop there? Sorry, that's me commenting there. Thus, it has come about that in those lands no one invokes the names of you, the gods, anymore. No one presents to you the sacrifices due to you daily, monthly, and annually. No one celebrates your festivals and pageants. So obviously this was a major setback in the north, and one that Arnuwanda felt very keenly. And he convened an assembly of delegates from Paua, Shuma, the land of, well, possibly the land of Huri, we're not sure. Well, probably the borderlands the Hittites owned there, Maltia and Pitiyarik. And he instructed them to see to trying to extradite Mita and the other rebels. And here's his indictment of Madhuwata. And, well, an excerpt from it. And on the day when you hear a word of disloyalty among the people of Paua, on that day you must march to Paua and smite Paua. Chastise it thoroughly until my son's army arrives. Stain your hands immediately with the blood of the people of Paua. Whoever does not stain his hands with the blood of the people of Paua, I and my son shall not march directly against Paua, but against that man I will proceed immediately, and I will straight away kill him. And so I will march on to battle against Paua. So evidently, he didn't like Paua. And he did not like that he could not extradite people from Mitanni, and tried to kind of assert his dominance over it to an extent, if not very successfully. And this kind of caused problems in the future, as Arnuwanda was not a very strong king, it seems, and had a number of problems, especially in the west as well, which had apparently begun to cause problems. And you have Kashka, which he never quite got under control, and he ended up leaving a lot of problems when he died to his son, Tudhaliya, which Tudhaliya would also end up finding fairly disconcerting. And, well, we've got as a source Hattusili III centuries later, who recounts, in earlier days, the Hatti lands were sacked by its enemies. The Kashkin army came and sacked the Hatti lands, and he made Ninasha his frontier. From the lower lands came the Arzawan enemy, and he too sacked the Hatti lands, and he made Tuwa Nuwa and Uda his frontier. From afar, the Arahawanin enemy came and sacked the whole of the land of Kashia. From afar, the Azian enemy came and sacked all the upper lands, and he made Shamuha his frontier. The Ishuwan enemy came and sacked the land of Tegarama. From afar, the Armatanan enemy came, and he too sacked the Hatti land. And he made Kizuwatna, the city, his frontier. And Hattusha, the city, was burnt down. This being done in the reign of Tudhaliya III. And the sacking of Hattusha left an indelible mark upon all future Hittite kings. And they vowed that this would never happen again. But the thing is, with the Hittite king on the brink of kingdom on the brink of destruction, things could not get any worse. So there was only one way things could go for now. Well, at this point. And that's better. As you'll see in the next video. When one could say, the empire strikes back. Or I should say, the kingdom strikes back. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.